All right, let's dive right into one of the biggest questions in tech today. ChatGPT, Claude, or Perplexity? In this explainer, we're going to break down this AI showdown, but here's the twist. We're not here to crown a single winner. Nope, we're here to build your ultimate AI toolkit.
So, just think for a second about your workflow. Maybe you start every single project by firing up ChatGPT. You're just super loyal to one of these AI assistants.
If that's you, you're leaving a ton of power on the table. The truth is, each of these AIs is like a specialized power tool, and you wouldn't use a hammer for every single job, right? You're missing out on unique strengths that could absolutely transform your work.
So, here's our game plan for today. We'll meet the AI power trio. We'll break down the unique talents of ChatGPT, Claude, and Perplexity. Then, we'll figure out which one is the right fit for your specific job. And you're definitely going to want to stick around because at the end, I'm sharing a pro workflow that ties them all together.
First up, the AI power trio. Now, before we even get into the nitty-gritty features, we need a fundamental mindset shift. This is not about finding some kind of one ring to rule them all. This right here, this is the core idea. We need to stop asking which AI is the best, period, and start asking which AI is the best for the specific task I'm doing right now. Trust me, that little change in perspective makes all the difference.
Okay, let's start with the one everybody knows, ChatGPT. You can think of it as the versatile, do-it-all, Swiss Army knife of the team.
And what does that mean in practice? Well, 1 minute, you can ask it to explain quantum computing like you're 5 years old. And literally, the next minute, you can ask it to brainstorm taglines for a new coffee brand. It's just that flexible. But, of course, there's always a trade-off. As you can see here, on the one hand, its creativity is just incredible. It's an absolute powerhouse for writing scripts or marketing copy, and talking to it feels so human. But, on the other side of the coin, its knowledge can be stale, and it doesn't just hand you its sources. You gotta do your own fact-checking. Always.
Next up, let's talk about Claude, the deep thinker. So if ChatGPT is the all-rounder, Claude is the specialist you bring in for the really heavy-duty intellectual work.
Yeah, if ChatGPT is your fun, creative partner, Claude is more like your serious academic colleague. Its superpower is its massive context window. That basically means it can read and remember huge amounts of information all at once. We're talking dense research papers, long legal documents, you name it. And here's where that superpower is a total game changer. That huge context window is perfect for summarizing, say, a 200-page report. It's also amazing at complex reasoning and creating really nuanced, well-structured writing. The downside? Well, sometimes it's a little too careful and will refuse requests that are perfectly fine, and its access to the live web can be a bit limited.
And that brings us to the third member of our trio, the one that was built from the ground up for facts and accuracy, Perplexity, the AI researcher. Okay, this is probably the most important thing to get about Perplexity. It's not just another chatbot. It's a totally different way of thinking about search. Instead of giving you a list of 10 blue links you have to click through, it actually reads them for you and just gives you the answer. What really makes Perplexity a standout is that it's always connected to the live internet. It's fantastic for getting up-to-the-minute info and, this is huge, it always shows its sources. This makes it an absolute beast for research. But, like you see here, it's not a storyteller. Don't ask it to write you a poem. Its style is factual, direct, and to the point. Okay, so we've met the players. Now for the most important part, the right tool for you. Let's get really practical and map these AIs to specific jobs you might be doing.
If you're a student, hey, this is your new study plan. Use ChatGPT when you need a concept broken down step by step. When you're staring at a mountain of reading, toss that long PDF to Claude for a quick summary. And for any research paper, you start with Perplexity to gather credible, sourced info.
For all you coders out there, here's your new toolkit. ChatGPT is your go-to for quick debugging and banging out a prototype. But when you need to refactor a massive, complex code base, Claude's ability to handle huge files is just unbeatable. And when you're exploring a new framework, Perplexity gives you the latest documentation and API changes. And for my fellow creators and marketers, listen up. This is how you build content. You brainstorm ad copy, social media hooks, and video scripts with ChatGPT's creative genius. For those serious long-form white papers where tone and structure are everything, you turn to Claude. And to find those killer, up-to-date stats to back it all up, Perplexity is your research assistant hands down. Now, we've seen which tool to use for which job. But what if you want to take it to the next level? This is the secret that most power users eventually figure out on their own.
That's right. The ultimate strategy isn't about choosing a single champion at all. It's about making them work together as a team.
And here is that power user workflow in action. You start with Perplexity, your researcher, to gather facts and sources. Then you move to Claude, your analyst, to digest any long documents and create a structured outline. And finally, you hand that beautiful outline over to ChatGPT, your creator, to weave it all into polished, engaging content.
See, this way you get the absolute best of all worlds. You're combining the factual accuracy of Perplexity, the deep analytical power of Claude, and the creative spark of ChatGPT. It's a dream team.
So we kind of end where we began, but now with a new sense of clarity. The question is no longer about which tool wins. It's about building a workflow and assigning the right specialist to each step. That, my friends, is the key to unlocking their true power.
So as you start your next project, think about this workflow. Don't just pick one tool, pick your team. The real question is, how are you going to combine their powers to create something amazing?